Hi class, today we're looking at Chapter 4, Lesson 2, Unit Rates and Proportional Reasoning. So you make decisions about food you eat every day. Looking at rates such as grams and fat per serving can help you stay healthy. A rate is a ratio that compares two quantities measured in different units. Let's write that down. Okay, so a rate is a ratio that compares two quantities measured in different units. So there are 15 grams of fat in canned soup. The rate of grams of fat per serving is 5 servings. So that would be 15 grams over 5 servings. So this is measured in grams and this is measured in servings. So the rate for 1 unit is a given quantity and that's called the unit rate. So let's write that down. So the unit rate is the rate for 1 unit. So in the example I told you it was for 5 servings, so that's 5 units. So if you look at this chart here, 5 servings, 1 serving, 15 grams of fat, and then if you really divide 15 by 5, you get 3 grams of fat. So you're taking the total fat and dividing it by the servings, and that equals the fat per serving. So the total fat was 15 grams divided by the number of servings, 5, and that gives us total servings, total fat per serving, 3 grams of fat. Okay? So, finding a unit rate using whole numbers. A package of cheese contains 15 servings and has a total of 147 grams of fat. Find the unit rate grams of fat per serving. So we know that the grams of fat, 147 in 15 servings. So if we take 147, and you can use your calculator, and divide it by 15, we get 9.8 grams of fat per serving. So the ratio is 9.8 over 1. Okay? So you go ahead and try to find these next two, or this next one. Find the unit rate for 210 heartbeats in 3 minutes. So how many heartbeats is it in 1 minute? Come back to me when you're done. So you should have got 70 beats per minute. So there were 210 over 3. You divided 210 by 3, you got 70. So now let's look at finding a unit rate using fractions. So Cindy walks 6/10 of a mile in 1/4 of an hour. What is her speed in miles per hour? Okay, so if we're looking at this, we need to think about how many, well, let's just look at the ratio. So 6/10 is the same as 1/4. Okay, and so if we went ahead and divided those, so if we did 6/10 divided by 1/4, right? Whenever you divide fractions, you are going to either flip these two, so it would look like 6/10 times 4/1, or you can go ahead and do These go up, these go down. So 6 times 4 is 24. 10 times 1 is 10. So once we have that, we need to simplify. So if we were to divide the top and bottom by 2, we get 12 over 5. And so we can go ahead and divide that. 5 divided by 12. It goes into it 2 times. There's 2 left over, so we have 2/5. And so that is our answer. Cindy walks 2 2/5 miles per hour. So just like before, we divide, but it's a little bit trickier because we're dividing fractions. So you go ahead and try this next one. Find the rate for 3/10 mile in 3/4 hour. Come back to me when you're done. Okay, so I took 3/10 and divided it by 3/4. I went ahead and did the crisscross strategy instead of flipping them. Either one it works. So I got 12 over 30. So at first I just divided by 3 because I realized 3 went into both of them, but then I got 4/10 and I realized that 2 went into both of them. So I really should have divided by 6 to skip a step, but that is not a big deal at all. I just divided each of them by 2 and I got 2/5. So our answer is 2/5 miles per hour. So a unit rate that gives the cost per unit is a unit cost. To find the unit cost of an item, divide the total cost of the item by the number of units in the item. Let's go ahead and write down a unit cost is a unit rate that gives the cost per unit. So unit cost is a unit rate that gives the cost per minute. This honestly is something I use on a regular basis in the grocery store. So this might be something that you could help your mom or dad or family member or even for yourself compare costs. So let's take a look. So using unit costs to compare. So to be a smart shopper, there are 2 sizes of shampoo bottles. Which size is a better buy? Round to the nearest cent. So this first one is 16 ounces and it is $6.19. This one's 13.5 and it is $3.99. So up above I had mentioned, all you have to do is take the unit cost and divide by the size. Okay, so when you do that, this bottle is 30 cents per fluid ounces. This one is 39 cents per fluid ounces. So therefore, since 30 cents is less than 39 cents, this smaller one is the better bargain. But be aware that it's not always that case. Sometimes it's a better deal if you buy the bigger one. So it would be an interesting thing for you to do some price comparisons next time you get to go to the grocery store. So go ahead and try this one on your own. Which bottle of juice is a better buy? 48 fluid ounces for $3.05 or 64 fluid ounces for $3.59. Work it out. Come back to me when you're done. Okay, so you should have gotten the second one, $3.59 for 64 fluid ounces is a better bargain because it is only 0.056 cents per ounce as opposed to 0.063 cents per ounce. So your homework tonight is page 134 through 135, number 1 through 25 odd. Happy homeworking!